AnnyeongBuzz! Welcome back to the channel where we talk all things K-pop, share real opinions, and connect with you guys like fellow fans who can't stop thinking about their favorite groups. So grab your snacks, get comfy, and let's dive into something that feels warm, romantic, and honestly, kind of nostalgic. Hearts to Hearts is officially coming back with a brand new mini album titled Focus. The news just dropped that Hearts to Hearts will be releasing their first mini album on the 20th, and they've already shared a concept teaser and a preview of one of the songs called Flutter. Now, let's talk about that, because the name alone already gives me butterflies. Flutter sounds like one of those songs that captures the soft, tingly feeling of falling for someone, and it turns out the song is actually a city pop track. We don't get a lot of pure city pop moments in K-pop lately, so this is kind of exciting. It's got that combination of strings, horns, and keyboard sounds that instantly bring a retro warmth, and from the preview, it feels like something straight out of a dreamy movie scene. What I love about Hearts to Hearts is that their music has always carried this delicate emotional tone. It's smooth, heartfelt, and easy to listen to, but still layered with meaning. So hearing that they're diving into a romantic city pop vibe makes total sense for them. It feels like they're really leaning into their strengths. And that title, Flutter, it's such a perfect name for a song that's meant to make your heart skip a beat. The lyrics are also really interesting. They talk about making the first move towards someone who's hesitant, kind of that nervous yet exciting feeling of trying to bridge the distance between two people. It's sweet, it's brave, and it's something a lot of people can relate to. Everyone's probably been in that situation at least once, right? That moment where you want to say something, take a step closer, but your heart is pounding like crazy. That's the vibe I'm getting here, and I think it's going to connect emotionally with fans in a big way. And here's something that really caught my attention. Kenzie wrote and composed the song. Yes, the Kenzie who's known for crafting some of the most iconic SM hits ever. She's also behind the lyrics for the title track Focus. So that means this album is probably going to have a strong emotional core and a sense of cohesion that ties all the tracks together. When Kenzie's involved, it's almost guaranteed that we're getting top-tier songwriting and meaningful storytelling. And she worked with Andrew Choi and the KZ Lab team too, which just adds even more anticipation because that combination usually leads to something magical. SM Entertainment even mentioned that Kenzie wrote the lyrics for both Flutter and Focus, hinting at some deep synergy across the album. That makes me think the mini album might explore a consistent theme, maybe about love, vulnerability, or even learning to focus on your feelings and act on them instead of holding back. What do you think? Because just from the titles alone, I feel like there's going to be this emotional storyline connecting the tracks. And speaking of visuals, let's talk about the teaser image that dropped. It shows Hearts to Hearts with this perfectly symmetrical composition centered around a sky blue heart object. It's simple but so aesthetic, right? The refreshing color palette instantly gives off calm, dreamy vibes. It's like they're trying to capture that balance between love and clarity, between emotion and focus. You can already tell that the concept is carefully thought out, and it matches the tone of the music perfectly. The new album Focus will include 6 tracks, which I think is the ideal number for a mini album. Enough to show range, but still cohesive enough to tell a story. And with that combination of producers and lyricists, I'm really curious to see what each song will bring. Will they all have that romantic undertone, or will there be a mix of moods? Some upbeat, some melancholic. Personally, I think Hearts to Hearts are carving out their own lane in K-pop. They're not chasing trends, they're building a sound that feels timeless. And honestly, that's refreshing. There's a certain charm in songs that make you feel something instead of just trying to be catchy for a week. Flutter feels like it could be one of those tracks you listen to late at night or while driving under city lights, just vibing and thinking about someone special. Also, can we appreciate how SM seems to be putting real care into this project? Sometimes, newer or smaller groups under big labels can get overshadowed, but the way SM is handling Hearts to Hearts shows they see real potential here. I like that. It feels like SM is giving them the space to grow artistically and emotionally, rather than just pushing them into whatever's trending. Now I want to hear from you guys. What kind of concept do you think Focus will have overall? Do you want Hearts to Hearts to go full retro with the city pop vibe, or would you prefer a modern twist? And be honest, does Flutter already sound like it might end up on your playlist? Because from what we've heard so far, I'm already sensing that this could be one of those underrated gems of the year. I'm really hoping this comeback gets the attention it deserves, because Hearts to Hearts has such potential to stand out with their sincerity and sound. Sometimes the quieter groups with emotional storytelling end up leaving the biggest impact in the long run. And I think Focus might be the album that helps them define who they are musically. Alright, we're going to keep that romantic feeling in the air, but shift gears into something just as exciting, because another beloved group is celebrating the month and giving fans a special treat this month. And now let's talk about another group that's been absolutely shining lately, Enmix. These girls are proving that they're not just riding the wave, they are the wave. Their first full-length album, Blue Valentine, just dropped on the 13th at 6 p.m., and it's already doing amazing on the charts. So let's break it down. The title track, also called Blue Valentine, is this energetic pop song that blends a boom-bap rhythm with dynamic tempo shifts. It's one of those songs that instantly grabs your attention because it's both smooth and powerful at the same time. You can really hear how Enmix is experimenting with their sound again, something they've been known for since debut. They've always been fearless about mixing genres, and this time, it feels more polished and mature. But here's where things get really exciting. The album's chart performance is no joke. Just 4 hours after release, at 10 p.m. on the 13th, Blue Valentine hit #1 on Hanteo Chart's album chart. Then by 8 a.m. the next morning, it also topped the Korean Apple Music Top Albums chart, plus iTunes Top Albums in Hong Kong, Kazakhstan, and Singapore. That's a big deal because it shows that Enmix's international fan base is growing fast. And that's not all. The title song itself is dominating streaming platforms. As of midnight on the 14th, Blue Valentine ranked first on Melon's Hot 100, both 100 days and 30 days, 11th on the overall Top 100, and first on Bug's real-time chart. That's a seriously strong start for a full album release, especially in a month filled with other big comebacks. It's like Enmix is saying, hey, don't underestimate us. We've been building up to this. Before the album dropped, they held a countdown live with fans, and it was honestly such a wholesome moment. They said, we're so excited to be heading to a new stage with Unseo, which is their fandom name, and you could really feel their sincerity. They also mentioned that since this is their first full-length album, they poured a lot of time and effort into every detail. I love that kind of dedication. You can tell when artists really care about what they're putting out. It's not just about numbers, it's about meaning. Now, the concept of the album is really beautiful too. Blue Valentine visualizes the ambivalence of love. That's such a deep idea. Love that's both sweet and painful, bright and dark, calm and chaotic. The whole album feels like it's exploring those emotional contrasts. And the fact that there are 12 tracks means we're getting a full emotional journey, not just a collection of random songs. Some of the other tracks include Spinning on It, Phoenix, Rico, and Crush on You. Even just from the titles, you can sense the variety. There's fire, confidence, sensuality, and romance. It's such a balanced mix, and honestly, it shows how versatile Enmix has become as artists. They're not afraid to show different sides of themselves in one album. And let's talk about the members' involvement in the songwriting process, because that's something I always love to see. Lily and Haewon both contributed to this album. Lily took part in her first English language song, Reality Hurts, while Haewon wrote the lyrics for Podium. That's a really nice touch because it gives the songs that extra layer of authenticity. When idols contribute creatively, you can feel their emotions more vividly in the music. It's not just performance, it's personal expression. To me, Blue Valentine feels like Enmix's statement album, the one that defines their sound and direction as a group. They've been known for their mixed pop style, but this time, it feels like they've found a stronger identity. The transitions feel smoother, the vocals more confident, and the production more cohesive. It's like they've taken all their previous experiments and turned them into something powerful and unified. And can we also talk about how visually stunning this era is? The teasers, the styling, the colors, everything looks cinematic. It's almost like a modern fairy tale with a hint of melancholy. That fits perfectly with the idea of Blue Valentine. It's love, but it's complex. It's beautiful, but it hurts. And that emotional depth really makes this comeback stand out. Now here's something that fans are definitely looking forward to. Enmix will be holding their first solo concert next month on the 29th and 30th. That's huge. It's not just a concert, it's a celebration of everything they've achieved so far and everything they're becoming. I can already imagine how emotional it's going to be when they perform Blue Valentine live for the first time with all the energy from the fans in the crowd. It's moments like this that remind me why I love following K-pop journeys. Watching a group grow from rookies into confident artists who are shaping their own musical identity, it's so rewarding. And Enmix is one of those groups that truly deserve the recognition they're finally getting. So let's chat about this in the comments. What's your favorite track from Blue Valentine so far? And what do you think about the concept of ambivalence in love? Do you think Enmix nailed it with this one? Or do you prefer their earlier styles? Personally, I think they've struck the perfect balance between experimentation and emotional depth. And with that, we're wrapping up today's video here on AnnyeongBuzz. It's been such a fun ride talking about Hearts to Hearts and Enmix, two groups who are really proving how much artistry and storytelling still matter in K-pop. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop your thoughts, theories, and favorite moments in the comments. You know I love hearing your takes. Until next time, stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, keep buzzing with love for K-pop. Annyeong!